Hey guys, my name is Moon and welcome back for more Tsukihime, a piece of blue glass moon. So last time, I guess we continued Shiki and Arcuade's, conversations, right? And yeah, it was a pretty nice still. The scenes I liked, and Arcuade also explained, more on the church people, right? The executors, all of those stuff. So anyways, I'll let us continue and let's see what happens today. The hands on the clock steadily press on. Before I know it, a full 2 hours has passed since we came to the park. I am all rested up and the park has grown totally empty. It's time for the denizens of the night to come out and play, whether they be human or not.
アルクエド、そろそろいいんじゃないか。
そうね。そろそろいいと思う。
Despite what she says, her mind seems occupied by something else.
さっきからおかしいぞ、アルクエド。昨日乗らないことでもあったのか。
そういうわけじゃないけど、シキが話してくれた黒い死者のことがちょっと引っかかって。
Her usual enthusiasm is nowhere to be seen. Just as I'm about to ask her about what's bothering her, she breaks the silence.
あ、そういえばね、シキ。私、昨日ここでナンパされたのよ。
はい？
Someone hit on me? Oh, okay. Talk about mood whiplash. The girl's got all the consistency of a kaleidoscope.
ごめん、ちょっと意味がわからない。
だから、昨日ここでシキを待っている間、男の人に声をかけられたって言ってるの。
Did it really though, or are you just saying this?
いや、何が起きたのかはわかるんだが、お前、黒い死者について考え事してるんじゃなかったのか。
してたわよ。だから思い出したの。シキが襲われたみたいに、私も男の人に声をかけられたなって。
なるほど。そりゃよかった。確かに外見だけならお前は美人だからな。まっとうな感性と驚嘆に値する胆力を持つ男なら声の一つぐらいかけるさ。
やっぱり私も最初は敵かなって思ったんだけど、シキが言ってたじゃない。私はいるだけで目立つって。だからしばらく出方を伺ってたらただの人間だって分かったわ。まさに間一髪ね、あの人。ほら、昨夜の私、誰かさんのおかげでちょっとイライラしてたから。
ちょっと待って。まさかとは思うけど、ナンパしに来た男を、だな。
I think she's just saying this, yeah. She's just saying, I guess she just wants to see what Shiki's reaction is gonna be.
何もしなかったよ。ちょっとだけ話して私のことを忘れてもらっただけだから。そのシキの言葉を思い出さなかったらどうにかしてたかもしれないけど。
そうか。偉いぞ、アルクエド。お前にも分別ってものがあったんだ。
当然でしょ。私を怒らせるなんてシキぐらいのものだもの。他の誰にも私を殺したり助けたりしてくれる人はいないんだから。
Okay. Her voice is clear and full of trust. I'm losing track of how many times that carefree smile of hers caught me off guard.
そりゃ、まあ、誰だって殺されれば頭にくる。
I manage a response and avert my gaze from Arcuade's wandering. A month ago, back when there were no serial killers to worry about, this park would be filled with young couples and students hanging out on their way home. Now it's just the two of us. And for just this moment, vampires and lines of death are on the back burner. Here we are, idling around a moonlit park like it was the most natural thing in the world.
あ、 えほら。
I glance up when she calls out to me.
なんだよ。何かあった？
ほらあの時計。これでちょうど時間になったね。
Arcade points at the park's clock with a satisfied smile. She's right, it's exactly 10 o'clock. The time we promised to meet, a promise that I broke. And here we are in the very place where I left her all alone. The words seem stuck in my throat, though I can't say why. Why did such a small thing make my heart skip a beat? Why does such a small thing make her look so happy? I really don't know. We spent the entire day walking around together, and I never once felt like she was some terrifying vampire.
一つ聞くけど。
Stop this, Shiki.
何？
その、お前ってさ、
Don't bother with such meaningless BS.
私が何？
本当に吸血鬼なのかなって。
What sort of answer are you expecting, you idiot?
吸血鬼なのかって。シキ、今さら何を言ってるの？
今更じゃない。今になってそう思っただけだ。
I mean, because yeah, like Shiki's just curious, right? I mean, I know, or like we know, like Shiki knows that she's a vampire, but it's because of the way she acts, I guess, and then the way she's kind of not like a vampire. That's why he asked this. I avert my eyes.
はあ、シキって頭が柔らかいんだか硬いんだか。私は気にしないけど、それってひどい侮辱よ。何を根拠にそんなことを言うのか聞かせて。
What indeed? I don't have anything to base it on, but she hasn't proven that she's a vampire either. Which is why, like, what proof does Shiki want? Does Shiki want her to, like, drink his blood? Is that it?
だって、お前は血を見るのも嫌なんだろう。そんな吸血鬼がいるもんか。自分で半人前だと言ってたけど、血を吸ったことのない吸血鬼なんて半人前以下だと思う。
Why is it getting darker? You know that isn't true. You just don't want her to be one.
そう。ならシキ、ベンチから立ってこっちに来て。
Arcoade's voice is flat and emotionless. I get up and walk over just as she says. Our eyes meet. A mere 2 meters separates us. And then, Arcoade let out a deep sigh before seemingly forcing a smile.
そうだよね。私も本当はそう思ってたんだ。果たして、アルクエイド・ブルーンスタッドは本当に吸血鬼なのでしょうかって。
Thank God. Tension leaves my shoulders as I sigh in relief. I was so afraid that my question would have hurt her feelings. But Arcoade shrugs it off like a joke. We're all good.
だよな。アルクエイドはどう見ても吸血鬼らしくない。
じゃあ、試してみよっか。
Arcoade flashes me a smile filled with mischief.
ああ、そうだな。なんなら
私が本当に血を吸えるのかどうか、試そっか。
Wait, is this actually serious now, or is she just playing?
もしできたら、何かご褒美くれる？シキ。
Ever so slowly, Arcoade approaches me with a mischievous grin. We're back to the eerie music now. The sound of her footsteps reverberates through the air. The woman in white closes in on me. We both know it's just a joke. I know it's a joke, yet I can no longer move my body. I can't even say it. It isn't her power that prevents me from speaking. I seem to have swallowed the word of my own accord. She's still approaching me, step by step, bit by bit. Her advance is unceasing. I am paralyzed, utterly enraptured by her lush lips as they inch ever closer.
シキは私のことを半人前だって言ったけど。
Her sweet voice echoes around the back of my mind. One last footfall tap. She's come to a halt in front of me.
本当はね、血を吸うのなんて簡単だよ。
Her voice hums against my ear. Whoa! She actually gonna do it. I feel her breath. Her fingers, her weight presses into my shoulders, into my entire being. My senses, my mind drown in the cacophony of my beating heart. I want her. I fight to suppress the desires that rage within my chest. It takes everything I have to keep still, to keep my trembling left arm from reaching around her back, to stop my starving right arm from pulling her close. I want her so bad. She's irresistible, but even so, I can't allow myself to desire her. Because everything is different from last time. It's stronger, more intense. Even the thing I crave is fundamentally different now. I don't want to kill her. If it's a different impulse that's driving me insane here, then I shouldn't sully her courage with something so vulgar. Clenching my jaw so hard I might shatter my own molars, I swallow the feeling of bubbling within me. The struggle lasts no more than a second. During that time, Archwade neither moves nor flinches. A chill runs through my spine. It's just a joke. She's just having some fun at my expense. Then why does her breath feel so hot against my neck, like a fever fanning a flame beneath my skin? I try to say her name, but I shut my mouth before I can finish. Speaking now would be a rejection of my fate in her. It's over anyway. Any moment now she'll pull back with a loud laugh and be back to regular old Archwade. She'll smile and say there was no way she'd drink my blood. Instead, her weight shifts against me. Her soft touch turns as the sting of her nails presses into my shoulder. Her pale fingers tremble as she clutches at me. She's scared. My own thoughts don't register fear, not yet anyway. They're pure, blank nothingness. But Archwade is trembling more and more. Her breathing grows ragged. Archwade's breath is nearly flush against my skin, yet she feels so far away. I can't see her face, but I can feel her breath on my neck, her weight as her trembling body clings tighter and tighter to my own. Her slow, labored breathing grows increasingly rapid, until I can feel the heaviness of her desperate panting against my flesh. Unable to help it anymore, I'm forced to call out to her.
冗談なのに。
Okay, now she can't control it, I guess. Her instincts, it's kicking in. Her voice trembles. But her body no longer shakes and her fingers grip my shoulders with newfound ferocity. I wince from the pain. Even though I don't wish to move, my body reflexively desires to get away from her. But Arcuade's grip doesn't weaken. Her nails dig into my flesh like a vice, firmly locking me into place.
ごめん。悪ふざけが過ぎた。からかって悪かった。から、離れてくれないか。
Her grip doesn't loosen at all. This is bad, it's wrong. But who is it taboo for? Alarm bells ring in out of my mind. My body pushes back with everything I can muster. But I'm too late. Everything is too late. Since when? Now or 5 minutes ago? A day ago, or perhaps from the first time we met. Her heavy breaths reverberate past my neck and into my brain. They convey her arousal like a wave of cascading neurons. An echo of crude, instinctual longing strokes my earlobe. There's no need for brute strength. Her honeyed voice is enough as it carries the words. My flesh and spirit melt away under her. Against the nape of my neck. I think for Arcuade, if this was, let's say, another person, right? Let's say a normal human, she would not be like this. But the thing is, it's Shiki, right? And then I guess she's developed feelings for him. And then her in the situation like this, even though it's a joke in the beginning, like her instincts, she's trying to hold back, I guess. Because yeah, she hasn't bitten him yet, but she's not letting him go. I feel a mad, desperate sigh. And in that moment, was she actually bit now? My sanity collapses. It's primal fear. An unassailable power, a law unto itself. A being with whom I could never share an understanding. Its eyes swirl like tempests. Its maw is lined with jagged peaks. This deflection of raw power, cold and unyielding as a waterfall, forbids all exchange of thought. That thing that's about to sink in its fangs into my neck is not the woman I know, but the barest essence lurking within her core. And I've been returned to the natural order, to the primordial state from whence we all spawned. I can't do anything. I can't move a single muscle. She's going to devour me. So this is what it means to become prey. Before a being of this magnitude, humans are mere drops of water awaiting to be gulped. Its fangs pierce my skin. Fear is all I know. Okay, he got bit. I scream. Loudly enough to notice how pitiful I sound. In that moment, I'm not sure if I imagined it. But it felt like Arcuade stopped just as I screamed. Yet before I can check, a violent noise whistles past us and Arcuade is knocked back as if blown away by a gale of wind.
かバチかでちょっかい出したけど反撃されなくて助かった。
Oh, Miss Noel. I mean, I guess they were watching, right? Or she was watching.
ノエル先生。
はーい、こんばんは。でもごめんなさい、ゆっくり話している暇はないの。
Noel comes to my side, but her eyes remain fixated toward where she launched Arcuade. I mean, Miss Noel didn't actually do anything until Arcuade, I guess, bit Shiki, right? Despite having been launched a good 10 meters, she doesn't have a scratch on her.
私
She seems dazed. As am I actually don't know what I should be doing. I can't even think straight. Like, honestly, I was like, oh, what is happening, right? And then, yeah, it pierced my skin. But before I can collect myself,
おっと、はいはい、ダメよ、四季君。あれを追い返したら次は君なんだから。悪いけどそこでおとなしくしていてね。
wait, they're gonna kill Shiki? Walls of shimmering white light spring forth. So basically they put a barrier around Shiki so he cannot do anything, I guess, right? Before I could even realize it, Noel had planted 3 blades in the ground around me. The light stretches between each sword, pivoting off the blades and trapping me within a triangular prison.
師匠譲りの秘跡国権、聖堂よ。あ、くれぐれも壁には触れないようにね。触ったら潮の柱になっちゃうから。まあ君の手が塩化しようが私にはどうでもいいんだけど。それより今問題なのは
Arcuade slowly pulls herself up. She eyes me in the newly constructed prison, then turns her attention to the nun at my side.
問題は不意打ち食らっても無傷の怪物よね。私程度の鉄鋼作用じゃ通らないってわけ。
By the way, let me just look at this. Kinda sounds lower, I guess? Not really? Okay, not really.
対向車。
Arcuade's demeanor shifts. Oh! There's something off about her eyes. They swirl with malice, threatening to pierce the nun's heart.
何をしてるの？
Yeah, her eyes, look, it's so much more scarier, I mean.
無理、やっぱ無理。
I like how Noelle is just... Yeah, it's kind of funny, I mean, looking at her like this.
私じゃあれどうにもできない。
I actually don't know if she's pretending or is she actually scared. But yeah, it kind of feels like she's just pretending, right?
うるせえ、死ぬ気で意見に肉体労働。怪物相手に体を張るのがてめえらの仕事だろうが。
Okay, it's Father Mario.
もう後で絶対枢機卿にお目通りさせてくださいね。
She leaps at Arcuade unnaturally, like she was given a push in the back. It's no contest. There's zero chance of getting to Arcuade with a move like that.
式を離して。
Arcuade rushes at her, palm wide open as if preparing to swat a fly.
嘘。
What the hell? How could she possibly have blocked Arcuade's attack after such a hard or half-hearted charge?
Oh, やればできるじゃねえか。給料分しっかり働けよ。てめえらの食いぶちもただじゃねえんだからな。
Not far from me, I hear someone speaking, the sound of their voice contrasting oddly with their choice of words. Though I might not be able to move my body, I can at least turn my gaze. There, I spot him. The same foreign kid I met outside the Tono mansion the other day. Oh, what is that? Each of his hands is outfitted with some kind of gauntlet. His fingers undulate, producing a mechanical clack with every twitch. The noise reminds me of an old-fashioned typewriter.
ああ、何見てんだガキ。こんなの珍しくもねえだろ。マリオネットの一つも知らねえとかふざけたこと抜かすなよ。勤勉なのが日本人の美徳だろうが。
I understand now what he's doing. So basically what he's doing is he's controlling Noel like a puppet, right? Yeah, you could see the strings there. So I guess this is his ability. He must be talking to me. But what do marionettes have to do with this? Those are the dolls you sometimes see during street performances, where the performer strings them up and makes them look alive.
2分もたねえのかあの三下。しかもね、ここからは口八丁か。おい、下がれノエル。首ねじ切られるぞ。
That was one hell of a fight. Arcuate is still heaving with exhaustion when the nun flees, but she finally has the time to look towards the barrier of light towards me. Her eyes shine a bright crimson. Her breathing is ragged and her back is arched like a predator, ready to pounce at any moment.
ああ、ひでえもんだ。そこいらのグールと大差ねえじゃねえか。それでも最後の真相かよ、姫様。ラウレンティスのジジイが見たらさぞ失望するだろうぜ。
なんですって。
Sanity returns to her eyes. Seeing his chance, the kid steps closer to Arcuade.
お初にお目にかかる。東方慰問司祭代行、マリオ・ジャッロ・ベスティーノだ。役職の高さには突っ込まないでくれ。言いたくねえが、ジジイの何人目かの便宜上の養子ってやつでね。
そう。この国の大公主の司令塔。
ああ、赴任したばかりだがな。親の七光だろうと役職は役職だ。俺の島で勝手はさせねえ。特に神祖が間落ちする不始末なんざクソを食うよりごめんでね。
Arcuade's will to fight seems to have been snuffed out like a candle, though that might actually be fear reflected in her eyes.
ようやく自覚したか。このガキの血を吸って殺そうとしたんだよ、あんたは。神祖だなんだと選ぶっておいても、所詮は吸血種だな。同族である吸血鬼を滅ぼして回ろうが、同じ怪物であることに変わりはねえってわけだ。
違う。私はシキを殺そうだなんて思ってない。
何かまととぶってやがる。殺意の話じゃねえだろ。生態として当然の話だろ。いるだけで迷惑な生き物だって自覚はどこに行った。このガキがあんたの本性を見てどんな声を上げたのか理解できなかったわけじゃねえよな。本気で我が目を疑うぜ。痛いところを突かれれば逆ギレか。ジジイ曰く冷徹な兵器だって話だったが、まるっきり不出来な人間じゃねえか。まあいい。その目、その狂眼をあんたはそこのガキに向けたんだよ。ぜいぜいとみっともなく男にこびる娼婦みてえにな。その時の感想を本人に聞いてやろうか。
The boy, Mario, turns my way. His gaze pierces my chest, momentarily taking my breath away. Despite his foul tongue, he does have a certain righteousness to him.
出番だぜ、塔の。感想を聞かせてやれ。僕、危うく一口で食べられるところでした。ちびりそうなぐらい怖かったですってな。
More than anything, I want to scream at him and tell him he's wrong, but I stop myself short. Denying it would be the same as lying. I was scared shitless, passing it off as any less would hurt Arcuade more than a lie ever could. There's hurt in Arcuade's eyes as she averts her gaze.
司祭代行の言う通りです。下がりなさい吸血鬼。あなたのような怪物が人間と共にいるなんて許されるとでも思っていたのですか？力に任せて人間を従わせる。吸血鬼らしい下びた考えだけど、そうはさせないわ。私たちに感謝しなさい、四季君。危うく吸血鬼にされるところだったんだから。
No, you're wrong. Sure, I was scared, I can't deny that, but that's not what was happening. I never once felt forced. She always respected my free will. She didn't force me into anything. I was with Arcuade because I wanted to be, not because anyone told me to.
違う。なんだよあんたら。いきなり出てきて全部わかってるようなことを言って。アルクエイドは血を吸ったことなんて一度もない。さっきのはただの冗談だ。
何を言っているんです？一度も血を吸ったことがないですって？確かにそこの神祖は優秀よ。ここ800年ほど犠牲者を出した記録もない。けどそんなのは。
うるさい！そんな話なんてどうでもいい。いいか、アルクエイドの邪魔をするならあんたらが何であろうと許さない。大体俺本人が好きでアルクエイドと一緒にいるんだ。外野にとやかく言われる筋合いはない。
はあ？許さない。
Noel's voice is laced with an emotion I can't quite place. A fraction of the malevolence she'd been directing at Arcuade shifts my way. Still gripping her sword as she approaches me until...
おい、豚ノエル。
Porky.
はあ？豚って言いました？どこが？どうして？ていうかあなた口悪すぎ。お偉いさんのボンボンだからってあんまり調子に乗る。
It has become a comedy now. Danan lets out a strange yelp and starts hopping up and down. All her hostility disappears like a leaf on the breeze. Sorry. I'm starting to understand what the power balance is like here.
うちの脳筋がちゃちゃ入れてマジすまん。チキンのくせに沸点低いんだこいつ。後で焼き入れとくから多めに見てやってくれ。だがまあ、バカはバカなりにいい言葉を引き出した。一度も血を吸っていないとは泣かせるじゃねえか遠野。なあ、そうだろ。アルクエイド・ブリュンスタット。
アルクエイド。
Arcuade doesn't answer. She just hangs her head and bites her lip. It's as if she's acknowledging that what he says is true. I mean, dude, come on. 800 years. Like, even once. Let's say, even once. She's tasted blood, obviously.
あと訂正な。このガキにかけた結界は捕まえるためじゃねえ。今ここにいるおっかねえモンスターから守るために仕方なくロハでかけてやったもんだ。この意味口にしなくてもわかるよな。
Arcuade lifts her head. I'm sorry. She barely whispers the words. And then she runs away. The next moment she's fled into the dark of the night. She left. But yeah, that was literally impossible though. Like, come on. No, literally impossible as she hasn't tasted blood in 800 years. I find myself shouting. Looking up at the moon, I move my glasses so I can see the lines.
きんなちくしょう
With a single slash, I kill 2 of the swords keeping me captive. My thoughts are a mess. Those fangs that almost... my own screaming. These outsiders and their self-righteous garbage. I can't deny it, but...
ごめんなさいってそれじゃまるで
If all she can do is run away with that pained look on her face, wouldn't that mean these jerks are right?
てめえも短絡思考だな。追いかける前に例の一つも言っとくもんだぜ、クソガキ。
お前
The kid Mario doesn't block my path, but he does call out to me before I make a run for it.
てなんて言うかお前たちさえ来なければアルクエイドは何もなかったんだから。
ああ、本気で言ってんのか、それともやけか。どっちにしろそこの噴水に頭突っ込んでこい。しらけ切った嘘なんざつきやがって。それであの女が救えるのかよ、てめえ。
Crude as they are, his words snap me back to reality. By pure chance, they struck me right where they needed to, but it's just as he says. What point is there in telling a lie that even I don't believe? The kid is right. It'll only end up hurting our Kuwait and destroying me in the process. Taking a deep breath, I suppress my need to chase after our Kuwait.
そうだな。悔しいけどその通りだ。助かった。アルクエイドを助けてくれて礼を言う。
Shelving my distress for the time being, I bow my head to the 2 of them.
いいぜ、気が変わった。ちょっと話聞いてけ、遠野。
Honestly, this little kid right here, little kid. But yeah, Mario, you can say that he kind of looks like if Arcuade had a little brother, a cocky little brother. Yeah, he would have looked like this.
いや、違うな。俺が話を聞きたいのか。まあいい、どっちも同じだ。ほら、こっち来な。
Mario saunters over to one of the park benches. Swallowing a deep breath, I follow after him. Honestly, I'd rather chase after Arcuade with everything I've got. But in my heart of hearts, I know it wouldn't solve anything. And I have a feeling he knows what I should be doing instead.
代行、私もですか？っていうか、座って休んでいいですか？
死ね、ブータ。てめえ、俺の後ろで SP だろうが。ベンチに座んのは俺だけだ。遠野はそこまで気を許しちゃいねえからな。どうせそこで立ちんぼうだろ。
Jesus, this kid. He saw right through me. Much like Noel, this kid is far from ordinary.
じゃあまあ、こっちから確認だな。俺たちのことはどこまで聞いている？
吸血鬼退治の専門家だろ。アルクエイドは聖堂教会の代行者だと言っていた。
そうか。それだけ知ってりゃ十分だ。説明が省ける。俺は親父の代わりに派遣された新人でな。実のところ、この国の事情はまだ半分ってところだ。そこの三下は俺より早く調査していたがな。ただし独断。俺じゃなかったら師匠だけでなくてめえも更迭されてたからな、ブータ。感謝しろよ。
Why is he always swearing? Yeah, come on.
はーい、感謝しています。お坊ちゃん大好きでーす。
But in reality, she doesn't like him. Mario, your subordinate is clearly mouthing off about you when you aren't looking. I mean, you can
俺たちの
understand
仕事は吸
Noelle, I
血
mean.
鬼掃除だ。ただし標的は真相。アルクエイドじゃねえ。厄介な競争相手だが、あれと正面からやり合うほど万有じゃねえからな。で、姫様が追っている吸血鬼が何者なのか。
Mario's tone shifts ever so slightly. This is clearly no simple question, but I can't get a read on his intentions, so I got no choice but to answer truthfully.
ロアって名前ぐらいは
Mihail. Yeah, she said Michael Mihail Roa, right?
上司タイプの吸血鬼で、もう何年も前からこの町に潜んでいるんだろう。
それだけしか姫様は口にしなかったわけか。こりゃ二重の意味で外れだな。遠野も知らないし、真相も知らない。それであの瞑想っぷりかよ。たく、真相に何があったんだ。精度が低いにも程がある。隕石でも落ちてきたか。
I think it's more on because she met Shiki that it turned like that, probably, right?
いや、それはきっと俺
I can't bring myself to say it, but her current condition is definitely due to me killing her. Yeah.
まあいい。もう一体大物が来てたって報告もあるしな。眉唾だったんで後回しにしてたが、調査対象に挙げておくか。よし、確認はこれで済みだ。ここからは本題。てめえを呼び止めた理由、てめえが殺したがってる敵の話をしてやるよ。
Okay, finally an answer.
司祭代行、それは。
Miss Noelle is gesturing feverishly behind him. This information must be highly confidential. And it's exactly what I'm dying to know about. Aside from his name, I still don't know a thing about the vampire we're facing.
俺は助かるけど、いいのか、そんな話をして。
I mean, technically, both of them have the same goals, right? To defeat this Roa person, right? So, I guess it's okay to share?
よくはねえ。機密事項だ。
Okay. But yeah, he's saying disclassified.
だがまあ、当のは当事者だし、異教徒はともかく、無神論者は厚く遇するのが信条でね。いずれ大事な資金源になる。
Some serious cash flow in the end. I mean, Shiki's family is very rich though.
その発言は協議に戻ります。警告。
黙ってろ。肝心な部分はモザイク入れるよ。
I'll censor the juicy parts.
じゃあまあ、姫君の稀なる協力者にレクチャーと行きますか。
Okay.
なあ、遠野。敵は古いタイプの吸血鬼だと言ったな。ってことは、奴らが不完全な不老不死だってことも聞いているな。
聞いている。使徒は人間の血を吸わなくちゃ体が保てない。けど、逆に人間の血を吸っている分には、ずっと老いずに生きていられる。
そうだ。けどさ、それって結局、不老不死とは言えねえよな。不老不死ってのは完全のイメージだろ。人間程度の血がなくちゃ生きていけない。血を飲まないと体が崩れていく生き物なんざ、完全には程遠い。むしろ人間以下だろ。
I mean, I guess you could say that, right? You could say much more worse because if they can't drink blood, it's instantly you're gone, right? And blood is not easy to find, or it's easy to find, but you need to be a killer to get that.
それは
Sounds like a bunch of BS, I want to say, but he's not wrong. No one would dispute that vampires are superior to humans, but if they can't survive without ingesting blood, how are they any different from other organisms? I mean, that is true.
確かに。どんな外的要因であれ死んでしまうのなら、それは不老不死とは呼べないよな。
なんだ遠野、話が早いな。隣座るか。有能なやつは好きだぞ俺。
結構だよ。けどそれがどうしたんだよ。欠点はあれ、吸血鬼は限りなく、人間の血がある限り不老不死なのは変わらない。こんな不老不死の定義がアルクエイドの敵についての話なのか。
ああ、ちょいと遠回りだがな。もうちっと我慢しろ。とにかく使徒と区別される吸血鬼の不老不死は不安定なものなんだよ。奴らの場合、単純に寿命が人間の数倍になったということだけだからな。
単純にって、あいつら寿命だけじゃなくて力とかも人間離れしてるだろ。
ああ、そこだ。使徒の固有能力は奴らが人間だった頃に手に入れたものをそのまま何百年と成長させたスキルに過ぎない。奴らは自身が学んだものを吸血鬼になっても学び続け、結果としてそれが原理になっただけだ。
Well, what did Shiki say? Okay.
原理。
その使徒の命題、生きる目的、死ねない呪い、真の不老不死に至る唯一の道。これを原理結界、イデアブラッドと奴らは呼んでいる。ま、一生かけても終わらない夏休みの宿題とでも思っとけ。この原理のため、使徒たちはそれぞれ全く別の目的で活動する。学んでいたものが一人一人違うからな。でだ、そんな人たちの中に真剣に不老不死を学んでいやがるクソ野郎がいやがった。
不老不死になったのに不老不死を研究していたっていうことか。
ああ、使徒たちは吸血鬼になった時点でそれが人の身での不老不死の頂点だと自覚する。
Okay, so what did this person do?
だがな、そいつはむしろ対価だと感じたらしい。こんな不完全なものはいらない。自分はもっと完全な不老不死を作り上げる。だが形がある以上、滅びは必然だ。時間の圧迫、細胞の摩耗、魂の型落ちはいかなる存在にも例外はない。生命は生まれ出た時点で死を内包している。自分がここにある以上、たとえ年を取らない肉体を持ってしまっても、存在の死から逃れることはできない。死から逃れるということは、死ぬということだ。この絶対の矛盾はどうしても解決できない問題だ。
そうだな。死は誰にだってある。ない奴がいるとしたら、それは。
Its death would have to have never existed in the first place. Even Arcuade can be killed during the daytime. Nothing in this world could be entirely deathless.
ああ、存在の死からは逃れられない。そこでな、そいつは寿命を延ばす方法ではなく、死んだ後も自己が存在し続ける方法に目をつけた。
For ways to keep living after death. Honestly, this is giving me like Lord Voldemort vibes, right? Yeah, Lord Voldemort.
それこそが不老不死だと開眼しやがったのさ。うちの競技にはねえが、輪廻転生ってやつだな。今の自分が死んでも自分を保存できたままで、新しい人間としてやり直すことができれば、それは死を先駆けている。ま、最も消滅していない時点で死とは言えない。死の先を行くというのは言い過ぎか。
輪廻転生って、つまり今の体が終わったらまた胎児からやり直す。
そうだ。そいつは存命している間、次の自分の肉体をあらかじめ決めておき、その赤子が誕生した時点で 自分の全情報を移植する。
Wait, so how does he does it though? How does he transfer himself?
そいつの情報はその赤子が成人ないし自己としての知性を持つまで影を潜める。
So he's present. That's why they're saying the vampire was here for years, right? But I guess they can't find it because it hasn't awakened yet. I guess it awakened just recently.
そして自分を引き継ぐにふさわしい知性が育まれた段階でその赤子はそいつになっちまうのさ。
So basically that guy is like a parasite, right? But how does he transfer himself though? Right? How does he do it though?
ちょっと待ってくれ。それって何か？まさか赤ちゃんが母親の中にいる時に手術をするのか？
いや、医学的な手段じゃない。そいつは今の肉体が滅ぼされた瞬間にあらかじめ決めておいた体に転生する。要は輻射だな。さっきは全情報と言ったが、要するに電波みたいなもんだ。
How does he do it? What?
この場合、電波を発信するのも受信するのも人間の脳になる。そいつの優れたところはな、魂なんていう計測不能にして肉体という器がなければ無産してしまうものを伝達可能なものとして加工したことだろうよ。
Okay, so I guess for him, the way he moves is his soul is transferred to the next body. Okay, leaving aside the question as to whether that's even possible, that would mean this person is born and raised as a human, until one day they transform into a completely different person, a vampire. Wait.
マリオ。つまり、そいつが。
ああ、そういうことだ。俺たち聖堂教会と神祖の姫様が追っている吸血鬼。
So this thing is like really, really exemplary.
かつての名をミハイル・ロア・バルダムヨン。
I don't think the church wants to kill this person though, or this vampire, I think. Yeah, like the way Mario is talking about him? I don't think so. I think they want to capture him.
今はアカシャの蛇とも転生無限者とも言われる使徒だ。
Because yeah, dude, you wouldn't kill someone like this. He's reincarnating, right?
蛇は無限や循環のシンボルだからな。脱皮して新しい体になるってのはこいつにはぴったりの俗称だ。
それがアルクエイドの敵。
A reincarnating vampire. The mere thought prickles my skin, but now I finally know what we're up against despite Arcoade's reticence.
しかしここからが問題でね。姫様はもともと吸血鬼を殺すための装置だったんだが、ロアが現れてからは奴だけを執拗に追いかけるようになっちまった。ロアが今まで転生した回数は16回。そのことごとくを神祖は消滅させている。
Oh, so Arcoade has been hunting Roa through, like, yeah, through the years.
ことごとく消滅させてるって。でもそいつは死んでもまた生まれてくるんだろう。なら。
そうだ。ロアは神祖に殺され、その度に転生し、また神祖に殺される。そんな繰り返しをもうずっと続けてきた。その年数、実に800年。
It's been 800 years.
あの姫様に、相手の肉体ではなく、その意味を消滅させられるような力があれば、あんなクソ野郎をのさばらせることもなかったんだがな。
Pure disdain seems to underpin every syllable. Maybe I'm imagining it, but I get the feeling he has a thought or two about Roa that he hasn't mentioned out loud.
話はこれで終わりか。なら、
待てよ、遠野。ここまでのはサービスだ。いい知らせと悪い知らせ、どっちから聞くってやつだ。
Okay.
もちろん、ここまでのはお前にとっていいニュース。ためになっただろ。
Yeah, tell me the bad news then.
ああ。ロアってやつの情報は感謝してる。
Dude, Shiki, come on, we gotta listen. I'm not sure why, but I've got a creeping feeling that I shouldn't hear what's coming next.
あとちょっとだ。観念して聞いていけ。
We gotta listen to this.
ロアの厄介なところは、その発見が極めて困難なことだ。何しろれっきとした人間の子供として生まれ、人間の両親がいるんだからな。ロアが吸血鬼として肉体と意識を変貌させるのは、ロアが満足に活動できる年になってからだ。そのため、その人間は吸血鬼としての片鱗を全く見せない。そのくせロアとして目覚めれば、今まで培った人間関係を利用して完全に社会に溶け込みやがる。教会が異変に気がついた時はすでに手遅れ。一つの町がそのまま使徒になった後なんだとさ。
I guess. At this point, I can't even nod along as he tells his story. I'm frozen stiff. I really don't like where this is going.
どうした遠野？顔青いぞ。
But honestly, it's good though that they kind of pinpointed that Roa is in this city.
いや、おかしいだろ、それ。よくわからないけど、その話はおかしい。生まれた時は人間なんだろう。なら、いくら前世の人格とやらが目覚めても、体は人間のままなんじゃないか。
残念ながらノー。転生するのは人格ではなく魂だからな。一度神祖に血を吸われた人間は、その肉体のみならず魂まで汚染される。ロアは魂という情報すべてを次の自分に引き継がせる。
Okay.
たとえ人間であろうと、ロアが目覚めた時点で肉体も吸血鬼に変貌する。だが、
なんだよ。
遠野の言う通り、それではちょいとばかり弱い。転生先の肉体が平凡なものなら、その代のロアは無能な吸血鬼になっちまうからな。
I mean, I guess you could say that, yeah.
だからロアは生きているうちに転生先を決定しておく。転生先に選ばれる条件は2つ。
I think we'll say that one of the conditions is like said person is, let's say, how do I say this? Like has a lot of connections, or the family has a lot of connections, or yeah, let's say rich or whatever.
一つは富豪であること。
Yeah, see?
社会的地位も高く、財産も豊かな家の子供として生まれれば、町すべてを吸血鬼化させるのに便利だからな。
Because yeah, why would you transfer yourself into, let's say, a homeless person, right? That would amount to nothing. You don't have the connections. If you're rich, you have all of that. You got wealth. Like let's say he can transfer himself to someone who's gonna be born into an extremely rich family, right? He'll have all that, all the means and all the needs he needs to continue whatever he plans.
そしてもう一つ。これが肝なんだが、人間の中にも特別な力を持つ輩がいる。
Special powers. The next one.
魔術のような学んで習得する神秘ではなく、生まれついてその肉体が持ってしまう得意能力。
Okay. Honestly, this game is kind of saying like, who's a guy, who's a person who's rich, born into a rich family, has wealth and all of that. It's right here, Shiki. And then, again, who is a person who was born with a extremely rare gift, the mystic eyes of that perception. That is extremely rare, extremely strong. Who's that? Shiki. Why don't tell me Shiki is gonna awaken? I don't know. Hey, if he did, he would awaken to a vampire already though, right? So I don't think so.
一般に超能力者鬼ごと差別されるもの。得意能力ってのは肉体的なものだからな。家系血筋で遺伝する。ロアは自分の新しい肉体にそういった人間ではないものの家系を選ぶって話した。富と名声があり、その裏で人間以上の力を持つ家系。それが転生先に選ばれる条件ってわけなんだが。理解してくれたか？東欧の四季君。
So yeah, what it's saying is, yes, your family, right? The Tono family. Dizziness overtakes me. The corners of Mario's lips curl into a sneer. Noel's gaze is ice cold. There is only one family in the city that meets those conditions. I hear a hollow, dry noise. It's coming from me.
何言ってるんだお前。俺かアキハ、どちらかが吸血鬼だっていうのか。
No, we could say that. Remember, like we're seeing flashbacks, right, of Akiha, like bloodied, and then there was a boy there on the tree, and then let's say Shiki was the one with the POV, right? So you can say that there is a third person there, a third child back then, right? And then even we saw in one of the dead ends, right, where when we saw Makihisa's journal, it said that I guess one of the sons, or I forgot what's the exact term, but yeah, the kid or the child died because of like some medical stuff or something, or sickness or whatever, right? What if the child had awakened, I guess? And then we saw Makihisa's office, right? It was full of iron bars, it was full of chains. It kind of makes sense though, right?
いえ、今回の転生先は男子です。それは証言が取れています。権代のロアは遠野家の長男に間違いはありません。
If Shiki became a vampire, they would have known it already. Arcuade could have known it already, right? Like, because his body is gonna transform. I mean, they did say that, right? When he takes over, the body is gonna transform, right? Is it like a switch that you can turn off? Like, oh, I'm gonna be a vampire whenever Shiki's sleeping. Can it be like that? Oh wait, I didn't read that. I don't understand the word she's saying. Doesn't that mean that Arcuade's enemy is actually... There's no way, it can't be. If it's true, then why hasn't she killed me yet?
そりゃロアの意識が出るまでそいつは人間だからだよ。だがまあどうにも風向きが違うな。そこの三下の報告は間違いだ。お前はロアの転生先じゃない。アカシャの蛇は別の人間だ。
はい。
Wait a minute. After all that build-up, it isn't even me?
はあ？私たちの報告書ちゃんと読んでるのかこの砂利ガキ。調査に何日かけたと思ってるのよ。もう 100% 間違いなく銅の式がロアなのに。
I mean, it makes sense it to be Shiki, but yeah, it is not Shiki though.
100% だ。なら前提が間違えてんだよ、このお布施泥棒が。俺は悪名高き人間使い、ラウレンティス奇教の秘蔵っ子だぞ。人を見る目だけはてめえにも、てめえの師匠にも負けてねえ。何のために事情聴取したと思ってんだ。10分も話せば人となりも、その心理も読み取れる。こいつは、まあ、まっとうにイカれてるが、同じくらいまっとうな人間だ。吸血鬼の魂がプリントされた人間に、こんな情けねえ反応はできねえよ。
our conversation was just a ruse for him to determine whether or not I was Roa's host? I mean, I'm glad to be cleared of suspicion, but that just leaves me with more questions about this kid.
つまりどういう。
俺たちにてめえをどうにかする権利はねえってことだ。けどまあ、全くの無駄話でもない。ロアはお前の関係者であることは動かねえしな。
The boy shrugs his shoulders and gets up from the bench. It appears he has zero interest in what happens to me after this.
ああ、どうした？さっさと行け。人の恋路の邪魔をして悪かったな。あの吸血鬼を追うんだろう。今の真相は血に飢えた破壊衝動の塊だが、理性ぐらいは残っている。自殺なんざおすすめできねえが、ま、止めるのも野暮だしな。
重ねて本気ですか、死体代行。みすみす吸血鬼の餌食を増やすなって。仮に彼がロアではないのなら、それこそ保護すべきでしょう。あなたもあなたよ。さっき噛まれかけたくせに、まだあの怪物の本性がわからないの？
Noelle makes no attempt to hide her hostility as she blocks my path. I'm sure she must have her reasons to be so cold towards vampires, but her reasons aren't mine. She's not the only one with beliefs she refuses to compromise on. I really need to go after Arcuade.
そっちこそいい加減にしてくれ。さっきのはただの冗談だったんだ。あいつは血を吸わないいい吸血鬼なんだから。
人を殺していないから善人ですって。笑わせないで。吸血鬼は人間にとってなんであれ悪なのよ。いえ、人間でありたいと思うならあの枠組み自体を悪と区別しなくちゃいけない。それができない人間に人としての権利はないわ。人でないのなら私の排除対象です。よく考えて答えなさい。あなたはこれからどこに向かうの？
She urges me to pick between life or death. If I declare that I'm chasing after Arcuade, she'll swing for my head with all her might. Okay, let me save first. I'm gonna go after Arcuade, chase after Arcuade.
やめとけノエル。無駄な体力使うな。だいたいお前の技量じゃそのガキは殺せねえぞ。返り討ちに遭うのがオチだ。
はあ？なんで？
なんでって、そろそろピアノの影響が出る頃だからだよ。お前ね、あの姫様と打ち合ったんだぞ。1ヶ月は手足に力が入らねえから、まだ動けるうちに教会に帰っとけ。
There.
何よこれ。体中がビリビリするんですけど。
It's affecting her now. That's why she could fight earlier, right, against Arcuade, because Mario here was controlling her. Miss Noelle no longer blocks my path. So the choice was useless, right? Because this is the result anyways. Instead, she rides on the ground.
あとはそっちの問題だ。ノエルの発言は気にすることはねえが。まあ、帰れるうちに帰っておくのが人間らしい知恵ってやつだ。何もかもなかったことにできるのは、これが最後のチャンスかもな。
He never gets an answer. There is no more time to waste. In search of Arcuade, I bolt out into the night. But damn, man. That was a lot of stuff that we needed, yeah. Okay, so let's take a break here. But yeah, what Mario said there about Roa, that was really nice. So I guess Roa is from the Tono family, right? A person with wealth and then with powers, I guess, right? Special abilities in their bloodline or whatever. It can't be Akiha because Roa is male, I guess. They knew it. The host, I mean, is at least male. So if it's not Shiki, And then there's another one, I guess. They have another brother. That's why Shiki's memories of him as being a kid was so fuzzy. And remember in the gazebo, right? There was written something there, beware your brother, something like that. So I guess it was not towards Shiki, it was for another one. But yeah, we need to know about this brother though, because I guess that is Roa, probably, right? Maybe, I don't know. No, I was thinking like, because yeah, remember whenever Shiki wakes up in the morning, he's like almost always nauseous. There's something happening there in the mansion that we need to know. I think maybe the people there know as well. Especially like, for example, like Hisui, right? A couple days Hisui is not like herself, and then she's been doing some stuff on her own, right? So yeah, definitely something is happening there. I wish that we see Roa soon. Yeah, I wish that we see Roa soon though. But anyways, we're gonna take a break here for now, and we're gonna continue this and do more of Tsukihime, A Piece of Blue Glass Moon in the next one. So I'll just see you then, guys. Bye bye.